I've been teaching English speaking for last 35 years here in Gwalior, and most of the times I face one particular question, and that is how to clear interviews, particularly SSB. Well, I have taken this very particular issue today, and I'm sure that I will be in a position to address this very particular question. Now, look, when it comes to facing SSB, it's very important that you follow a certain trajectory. And before I am going to elaborate, I like to tell you that why is SSB so tough and difficult? SSB is difficult for the people because there you have so many things to undergo. It is a psychological test. You have to also face the questions which are going to be related to overall your personality. Then they will also ask you the questions about your academic excellence and all that. So it is not that very easy. But I'm sure that we will be there in a position to crack this very particular question today. So point by point, I would like to talk about why and how SSB can be cleared. Why is it important for the people to actually face SSB successfully? See, first thing that you have to keep in mind is that when you go and meet the people there in the interview hall, you must have a proper dress which is well clean, well ironed. Your dressing sense must be exquisite, it must be excellent, because your dress is the reflection of your personality. It also speaks volumes of the fact that how you actually behave there in the society. If it is well clean, it is well ironed, it is formal. This also shows that you actually have certain traits of your personality. So you must be properly dressed. And once you enter, then comes the aplomb. So second point that I would like to talk about is self-confidence. It is very, very important to show self-confidence there, because in certain cases what we do is that when a particular question is posed and somebody shoots those questions to us, we get nervous because we are not in a position to recollect the answers at that time. We must be always full of confidence, because if we lack confidence while answering the questions, we may forget everything and everything will evaporate. That should not happen. We must always be very, very informative and must be always confident. Self-confidence is first thing that is surely going to take you towards the goal which you have set for yourself. If there is no self-confidence, you may go wayward and it may not be possible for you to answer the questions the way they are going to ask you the questions. This is where they are going to catch you on the wrong foot. So if you want to answer the questions, be confident, never be under any kind of this influence. Nobody is going to do anything to you, nobody is going to do any harm to you. Be confident, answer the questions. If you know the answer, that's fine. Answer the question. If you do not know the answer, then don't try to play with your words. Don't try to make a mock of all these very things. It's important that you just answer the questions the way you have to answer the questions. And it is not that you are going to know each and everything, and you must be in a position to answer the questions. If you do not know the answer of a particular question, it is better that you just shun the question and ask the person, sorry sir, you can ask me any different question. That is how you can deal with that very particular situation. Then comes the third important thing, and that is your integrity and honesty. Because if you are honest, and if you know that there has to be the answer which is true to your knowledge, then speak to the best of your knowledge and to the best of the satisfaction of the people who ask you the questions. Don't try to be over smart. And don't also try to beat about the bush. There are only two ways of answering the question. Either you answer the question because you know the answer, or you don't know the answer, so don't answer the question. And there cannot be any third way of answering the question. That's also very important for you people to keep in mind. And if you are honest, believe me that you will always stand tall. You will never have to be worried about anything, because one who is honest will always speak honestly, truthfully, and correctly. And if at all he gets stuck because he doesn't have the answer, he can straight away say that, sorry sir, I don't have the answer. And you must also remember that if you speak lie and you just do not want to answer the question that way, then you are surely going to find a different kind of the situation. That is where it is very, very important that you should be honest. Your integrity must be uncompromising. They will catch you if you speak lies, and they are not going to take you that way, and they will surely have a bad impression about you. The last thing, which is also very, very important, is that your body language, which is equally important for you, because if you are sounding very confident and your sitting posture is very nice, you are using your body language very well, then that's where you can actually go on being a very good personality. So it is important that you must keep all these very things in mind while you are going to answer the question, that this is where you have to be always confident, you have to be very effective, you should not have any kind of that problem with the body language. That's very very important, because if you do not have the body language with you, then surely you are not going to be there doing the things the way you should be doing. So it is important that you must always have a very strong body language, which is very very important for you. So these are 3 4 points which I think: first, answer the question only when you know the answer; second, be properly dressed; third, be honest with your answers; and fourth, have a very strong body language. And last thing, which is very very important for a particular person to remember, is that while answering the questions, your tone and tenor must be in proper shape. You must not speak at the top of your voice. You should speak within the audible range and should not shout while answering the questions. And if interviewer asks you, is there any particular question that you want to ask, you should ask the question, because normally we avoid asking the questions, but that is not the way. Because if you have come to face the interview, you must have so many questions going on in your mind, and if you do not have any question to ask, it means that you are lacking knowledge, you are lacking the trait of asking the questions. So that is also not going to reflect very nicely on you. It is going to reflect poorly. So it's better that you ask the question, even if it's only a very small question. Any kind of the curiosity that you have, you can ask the questions, and that's where you can also be in a position, because your question may actually help them know what kind of the person you are, what stuff you are made of. Maybe they are going to get an idea of what kind of the person you actually hold out for the people, and that's where it's important that you should be asking the questions. So towards the end, I like to also tell you that if you need my guidance, you can actually reach out to me through the email, which is there very well mentioned in the description. I will be there surely to help you, and I will also take your classes if you need, free of cost, because I believe that we have certain responsibilities towards the society which we should be fulfilling, and I am one of them who believes in going after the society, helping the society the way I can. And I can just tell you that reach out to me through the email, as I said, which is there in the there's a description, and I will try my best to help you out as much as I can.